I want to share a little information with you about markup and how that works. And markup is the additional price that you add to the cost of goods sold in order to arrive at a sales price. Let's look at two different companies here. We'll call this company T and this one company W. And let's say both of them buy the same product, a lawnmower from China that costs $250 off the boat, delivered lock, stock, and barrel to the company store. So company T decides to mark that thing up, and well, we'll add, call it $200 to the price. So we'll mark the price up to $450, which will mean that our gross margin would be $200. All right, and if we look over our friends at company W, they only mark it up to $375, which means that their gross margin is lower. All right, so if we go out here and calculate this as percent of sales, which is how we do the common size income statement, as a percent of sales, each lawnmower they sell for $450, 56% of the sale price goes to pay for the cost of goods sold, and that leaves a gross margin of 44% to pay for everything else. We look over here at company W, and my goodness, look at that, it's 67% is the cost of goods sold. It isn't that it's more expensive for them than it was for company T. It's that they raised the price less. Okay, so that's where your economics comes back in. How many of these do you think they're going to sell? All right, so the number sold, well, depends on the product, advertising, all that other good stuff. Let's say that company T sells 1,000 of these things, and company W at $375 sells 1,500 of them. Okay, if I was going to go to total revenue now, the total revenue is if you sell 1,000 lawnmowers at $450 each, that's $450,000. Cost of goods sold I need a mouse. $250 each, and we sold 1,000 of them. So the gross profit is $200,000. If we did the same calculations over here, they sell 1,500 lawnmowers at $375. They actually make a higher revenue amount. The cost of goods sold is higher, and the gross profit is a little bit lower. Okay, so if we were going to divide this again by our revenue numbers, well, we're going to get the same percentages and proportions. Okay, sales are higher over here at W simply because they're charging more, or rather they're selling more of them at $375. This is why you got to know price elasticities and the other information like that. What if W said, well, why don't we just raise the price of the lawnmower? We're not making enough money. Why don't I raise the price to $400? All right, what's going to happen then? Well, you're not going to sell 1,500 of them. If you only sell 1,250 of them now, notice that your profit actually went down, didn't it? Okay, so if we sell 1,250 of them, the revenue went down. The cost of goods sold went down because we only sold 1,250 instead of 1,500 of them. I ended up with the same gross profit though. However, what would happen if instead of it dropping to 1250, what if it only dropped to 1350? Actually make more profit, right? So it's actually kind of complex when you get into using these numbers to make decisions. You'll be doing some of that in managerial accounting. You do some of that in microeconomics. You do some of that in finance. You do some of it in marketing. But in order to do that, you actually have to have some understanding of where the prices come from, what the cost of the product, how that factors in, and what gross margin actually means.